You're live.
Hi, I'm your host, Steffen Brail, and today we're going to be talking about the mineral water crisis in the Shenrarian community and how one man depleted the entire mineral water resources crisis in one chaining. So, um, so what happened basically is that this one man, he lived in the Shenrarian community for like over 30 years, and that's a long time in the Shenrarian community because the average lifespan is about 37 years. So if you factor that in, it's like he lived there for most of his life. So yeah, and I'm gonna pass that mic over to
Jonothan Oilrig.
yeah, Jonathan. Jonathan, I'm gonna pass the mic to you right now.
Yeah, so he lived in the Shenrarian Corporation. He was actually one of the top dogs. He was Lieutenant Shenius of the Shenrarian Corporation, Lieutenant Surgeon Shenius of the Shenrar. So what he did is he used the new device called the squirt gun, and he actually scooped the water out with the squirt gun, and it was actually very interesting because he used this new squirt gun technology and he's just squirted out all of the minerals. And actually that was so bad for the mineral water because it's changed it back to normal water, and it actually instantly depleted all of the mineral water supply. So now the Shenrarian Corporation lacks mineral water, and their stocks have gone down 7,000%.
There was also runoff of mineral water squirtage, and the runoff from the squirt gun caused a major mudslide inside of the Shenrarian oil mines. So
and don't forget the problems that came with erosion and property damages with all of that. Like if you just check the charts, it's bad. It's not a good situation going on over there.
Yeah, my basement just flooded. So
Scranton actually has a good point with that. And how does it happen, Scranton? Do you have any more information on the charts, Scranton?
No, sorry. I'm currently checking the charts right now. I will get back to you in just a minute. Just one moment.
Well, I have some information because my basement is actually flooded with mineral water right now. So it's actually like some live experience that
and Steffen, that is not appropriate. Or I mean, that's not
disgusting, Mr.
I know it was a little unprofessional, but I'm checking the charts. Do not worry. I will have.
Oh, that was actually the noise the charts makes.
Yeah, I will have more detail on this in just a moment.
So if you're wondering who this man is, it's not truly identified yet, but we think it could be Cranium Sash, and we're not exactly sure yet, but Cranium Sash is one of our top priorities in this crisis, and we think that he could have caused it by receiving the machine thing, the squirt gun power, through his grandma, who actually had it before,
she was
like years before it was invented, due to a loophole in the system. So
she was a telecommunicator at the Scranton University. So she was one of the inventors as well as the sole proprietor of Shenrarian Corporation.
And
she was actually the person who invented.
is actually like a very interesting thing because as a sole proprietor, she had very high liabilities for herself to
and sole propriety.
Yeah, and her liability was thick. So basically she could have made a mistake at any point and her entire like savings could have been erupted. So yeah.
Ooh, that would have been bad for the Shenrars.
Yeah, and so this man, we think he got it from his grandma. We're not sure how he received it from his grandma because his grandma was under strict Shenrarian influence, and
yeah, she was under house arrest.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pass this over to Scranton because Scranton has some insight, I think, on the charts now at this point.
All right, so if you click on that link that I've just put in the chat, you will see that this is actually a clear image of the Shenrarians.
Okay, let me take a yonder.
Alright.
Let's see what we got here.
These are exclusive charts, so not released to the public yet. You gotta be in on the inside.
Oh, yeah, that's not appropriate. You're actually going to get removed from the podcast if you keep stalking. Like, you will be banned. So you better stop messing around, Scranton.
My apologies.
Scranton, stop.
Scranton, rock.
Just go along with the
sock, rock sock.
Bach.
Okay, well,
That's
we're
actually-
nearing the end of
speaking
our
of rock
time.
stock,
We're
that's
nearing the
actually-
end of our time today,
That's
and
the number one problem that Shenrarians are experiencing right now.
Yeah, no, rocks in their socks actually, because their socks are falling off due to the mineral waters. The mineral water rocks are actually getting in their socks.
the mineral water
and
And
rocks
this
are
problem
actually...
was clearly articulated by Filthy Frank with putting the
All
hamster in the
right,
sock.
get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Hamster in
I'm
the sock.
actually going to
Sorry,
kick you
man.
out, Scranton. Scranton, you've been a
Actually, get him
disgrace.
out of
You've
here.
been... Okay.
All right, so thank you to our sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends. I've been
it's an
playing this
amazing
game like
game.
every day for the
Yeah.
last month, and
You-
like it's just so much fun.
Yeah, you
get
actually...
to level up
it's
your
like
character.
the HD graphics. It's like a AAA game, but on a mobile device for free. Like, you cannot beat the graphics, and the gameplay is just irreplaceable. I actually
Exactly.
can't even talk anything bad about it, because I've never played a more amazing gamer moment game in my entire
Yeah.
life.
Except for Shenrar. Speaking of
Yeah.
Shenrar, that's the end of the podcast.
Thank you for tuning
Thank
in.
you for tuning in to
And
Reportation Station.
Recently, we've had an influx of Shaners enter the building, so we're gonna have to thank all them individually tomorrow. So,
Yep. Thank you to the patrons for patronizing us,
mhm.
and thank you to you for listening.
And
Now get out of here.